welcome to CFC Fan TV. This is our Sophie. It's my favourite segment. I know it's yours too. Sorry it hasn't been around as much. I wanted to wait, until we had some actual transfer news and some good questions to ask. And it seems now that we've got pre-season underway and we're seeing what the players can do, most of which has been very impressive. There's a lot of questions to answer, isn't there? I know a lot of you want to know who we're going to be signing this summer. It is still very up in the air. My biggest concern with all that is that we just don't really seem to have that, get up and go that other clubs have. I don't think it's a case of we've got enough money to get decent players in. It's just making those signings happen and as quickly as possible. So let's get straight into your questions. Thank you all for tweeting them in. I asked you all. There's actually quite a lot. I think you all replied to me in the space of like 30 seconds. So number one is from Leo Sat. Hi, Leo. He says, can Jorginho thrive under Sarri? Yeah, I definitely think he can. I think he is an absolutely great signing. I think he's a good age. I think he's a great player. I think his first game in pre-season was really impressive. I know a lot of fans are excited about him, and I'm really excited about him. He's probably one of those signings. When we signed Giroud in the January transfer window, was it? I wasn't as keen, and he's proved me wrong, to an extent. So I think there are lots of pros and cons to all these players that we sign, but I definitely think he's going to fit in very, very well. And I think if we are to lose the likes of Willian, etc. I'm just glad that we've got a really suitable replacement, and I think in the coming years he's going to be a fantastic player for us. That's just my opinion right now. Could change. Joe CFC, hi Joe, says, do you think we will sign Leon Bailey despite rumours of Roma also chasing him? Now this, like I said, is the problem for me. At the minute another club comes into the sort of scene, we really have to act quickly, and we don't actually act all that quickly, do we? Let's be honest. We've lost many signings due to just not really putting pen to paper, and I would just hope that the club have a bit more urgency in this one. I think he's a great player. He's young. Leon Bailey's actually one of the players that I hear come up the most. I know me and Charlie talked about it a lot last season, and I know it's something that you all want to happen. At the moment, I don't think there is anything in concrete. Again, like I say, he's going to be a very, very good player. So, he's good now. So if we could sign him, it'd be great. Do I see the club acting quick enough? If I'm being honest, no. But I would love to be proven wrong in that aspect. Next question is from Jay. Who would be your ideal replacement if Hazard leaves Chelsea? Oh my God. Is there ever somebody that would replace Eden Hazard? I don't think so. I think he's one of the best players in the world. Some people say he is the best. Some people say he's the best in the Premier League. I don't think he's replaceable as such. I think if you lose such a good player like that, you have to sort of bring in a few more players. It's not just a case of bringing in one player to replace him. It will be a few. Much like, when Tottenham sold Gareth Bale, they spent their money not very wisely. But it would be that sort of, rebuilding, and I would see that happening. But yeah, I don't think there's in terms of a replacement, I wouldn't say there's just one set player. I think it would be a team collective thing. Next question then, Sam. Sophie, hi dear, what's new in your life? Thank you, Sam. My cameraman's smiling at me. What is new in my life? I'm moving house, which is great. I'm going to Vegas on Saturday, so I'll be sure, look out for my Instagram. I'm going to try and keep a lot of it private because, nobody wants to see me a drunken mess. But I'm going to go on one last holiday before the season starts and my work gets super, super busy. So yeah, that's what's new so far. Moving house is very stressful, but I'm getting there. It's all coming together now. Okay. Next question then. God, sorry guys, you've given me so many questions here. So best places to go for a drink in Barcelona. Oh, hold on a minute. In Barcelona? God, that was ages ago. Where is the best place to go for a drink in Barcelona? There's too many pubs for all that, if I'm being honest with you. Next question. Kante West, this is from. How do you rate Dan Banks out of 10? Out of 10. I did tell Dan I would answer this. Dan, I'm going to go, he's a strong 8 or 9. He can drink more than me, I'll give him that. He is a great person, he's pretty funny. Most of my Euro aways I do with him. So yeah, Dan is a strong 8 or a 9. No one's a 10. So sorry, Dan, but you're just not a 10 right now. Next question then. Connor Dawson. Hi, Connor. I actually quite like this question because I know exactly what I'm going to say. Will Morata step it up next season? If so, how many goals? Sorry, there's a bit of a van in the background. Yeah, will Morata step it up this season? If so, how many goals? No. If I'm being honest, I really don't think that he will. I want to say yes, because I think he's very determined to make it work at Chelsea, and I think you can see that he is, like, mentally, I suppose he's trying, but it's just not coming. And I think he'll get a couple of goals, but I really do think if this season doesn't work out for him, and in which case I think he does have to have a really, really good season, because let's face it, you know, Batshuayi, for instance, got us some very, very crucial goals last season, and he was out on loan because he apparently wasn't good enough. So I really couldn't understand the logic in keeping Morata for another year, even past January, if we don't see some sort of improvement. That's not to say I don't want him to prove to be wrong, like I said. I would love that to be the case. Next question, Kingslayer, hi darling, said, would you take Petr Cech back? Good question, and no. I think Cech was a fantastic servant for our football club. I don't think, you know, Munich, especially saving that penalty, although he's never really saved many penalties before that. You know, he was our goalkeeper for years and years and years, so I don't see how you could ever, majorly criticise him. Yes, he went to London, to Arsenal, but you know, he didn't really have a choice but to leave. So I'm quite sympathetic, or empathetic rather, when those sorts of situations happen. But yeah, I wouldn't take him back. I think that time has been and gone. I think moving forward as a club, you know, getting new players, if the likes of Hazard are to leave and everything like that, is going to be, like I said, a tiny rebuild. I don't think going back to Cech would help us. I think his time at Chelsea is been and gone, and yeah, but you know, no hard feelings there. Zeb Salik, hello darling, says, out of all the Chelsea players, which one is your favourite, out of all the Chelsea managers, which is your favourite and why? Good question. I'll go with two. I would say Mourinho in his first spell, because I was much, much younger back then, but I remember my dad was proper getting me into it then, and I think he was the manager that sort of, you know, changed it around, and just his passion for the game. But then, you know, like I said, I can't say what happened in his second spell here, but first spell I think that was fantastic, and also of course Di Matteo, because when we won the Champions League with him, and I loved the whole thing. You know, he's former Chelsea, and I just thought that was great. So either one of those two. We've had really good managers, you know, but they're the two that stand out most for me. Lee Field says, prediction for the season and who will finish top four? All good question. If I'm being honest, I think if we perform very well, I'm going to go with us finishing third. I only say that because I think if we don't know yet, but if the likes of Hazard are to leave, then obviously it would be a little bit difficult for us to finish first or second. Just in this season, like I say, if we've got it together by the following season, then that's a different story, and I would expect us to be challenging for the league. But yeah, I think I would say third for us. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be angry at that. And top four, I would go with, in no particular order, you can order this, I would say Man City, Chelsea, United. And I'm going to have to say, I don't really want to say Tottenham if I'm being honest. But, you know, I know Arsenal have got a new manager. If that all goes to plan, great. I don't think it's going to go as smoothly as what they think it is. But I'm happy to be proven wrong again. Okay, next question. Toby Overton. Now, this isn't a very nice question, is it, Toby? I feel like you're being a bit mean here. Do you feel pride in getting your somethings out? I'm going to say, I think... let's rephrase it, shall we? Do you feel pride in doing glamour modelling? Now, what I will say is, yeah, I think if you're confident and that's the sort of thing that you want to do, then fine. You know, I don't do it down the street. I don't do it in restaurants or in front of my parents. So, yeah, it's a job. It's a profession. So... that's that for that one, really. But thank you, Toby, for the sarcastic tone. Okay, and then last question. Do you think the club need to spend more to win, or should they spend more money to focus on youth development? What I want and what I think the club would do are two different things. I don't think the club will spend more money on youth development. I think that would take a whole new... probably owner and system. I think Abramovich has always been very clear that he wants to win big trophies, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, and I don't think he feels as if we have the youth to do that. You know, he's very, like I say, we're very cutthroat. You know, everything happens at 100 miles an hour. If you're not good enough, you're more or less sacked, or, you know, manager-wise, or if you're a player, then you're moved on. I do see why Abramovich wants, you know, quick, fast results. Okay, maybe we'll do one more question then, if I can. Okay, I like this one. Who is the best presenter on CFC Fan TV? Sammy, who's the best presenter on CFC Fan TV? Obviously me. I'm going to say me for that one. I really do believe that I am the best. You know, I speak to you fans all the time. So do Rory and Charlie, really. But I'm going to say me. And that concludes our Sophie. So there you have it. I'm the best presenter, apparently. So I'm hoping Rory and Charlie don't look at this. I'm sure, you know, they'd be a little bit annoyed about that and would disagree with me. Anyway, comment below, where do you think we'll finish next season? I think that's a really good question to ask. Like I said 3rd, but I'm happy for you to disagree with me. Anyway, fans Q&A is coming up next.